Does this look familiar to you? Vast, empty, barren, desolate. Just fields and fields of corn or soybean, maybe even tomatoes. If you're from a rural area like me, then you probably know exactly what I mean. It's no secret that rural areas lack diversity, entertainment options, social opportunities, and are very much lacking in technological advancements to stimulate its younger population. A nightmare for someone attending Full Sail since it's one of the best places to go if you want to experience the latest tech. Rural areas heavily rely on their agriculture to keep the heart of these places beating. Not really the place to be if you want to keep up with the fast pace of this world we live in. In those areas, what is there actually to do? For me, this lack of happenings just led to me and my friends getting into trouble and partying every weekend. There's very few natural attractions, museums, art galleries, theaters, and nightlife is non existent. Most of the establishments in my town and surrounding towns close around 8 or 9 p.m. As a matter of fact, for my area in particular, if you want any kind of entertainment, you have to travel an hour and a half to get into anything remotely interesting. Most of the fun events I've attended are across the Bay Bridge. Aquariums, movie theaters, and all the concerts or shows I've attended are over there too. Living over here can be kind of monotonous. Even to see a medical specialist, you have to travel across the Bay Bridge. There's very limited resources across the board for these types of areas. Socially, there isn't much to say or do. The biggest social event you might find around here is the Waterfowl Festival, which is a great opportunity for vendors to come out and promote their business. But if you're not into hunting, then what is the attraction here? I, for one, don't indulge in hunting. So the height of going to an event such as this is to try some good food from the limited amount of food trucks that come out. A lot of people in these areas have the same interests, which isn't very stimulating if you're seeking out diversity in the people you meet. People out here are very used to a daily routine. Actually, when someone's daily routine is messed up, for example, the local Chick-fil-A being closed for whatever reason, people seem to lose their minds. It's almost as if they feel that if one thing in their routine is changed, they don't know how to handle it. So if you're seeking a vibrant social life and varied interactions, this is not the place for you. As far as diversity, you can forget about it. Most of the stereotypical roles other ethnicities fill these roles here, which makes for an obstacle in cultural competence. The only diverse event I've found here is a Juneteenth event that a local art gallery throws, whereas Baltimore has AFRAM, the African American Arts and Music Festival, and Artscape, which attracts all types of people of different races and backgrounds. These stark differences are night and day, but depending on what you're seeking in life, one or the other will appeal to you. Rural areas are outdated in technological advancement. Urban areas have technology integrated into society and they work well for that setting. The delay in a rural area can limit access to information, which is a huge problem, entertainment, and social media. With that being said, it feels like things that are trending everywhere else take a while to hit an area such as this. With this lag in technology, it makes for very little stimulation to the younger generations, especially. With all the advancements in technology being used in modern day life, I really feel like rural areas miss the opportunity to experience all it has to offer. There are still places around my area that don't accept Apple Pay or Google Pay, which presented as quite the issue, especially during COVID. I would like to promote getting out and seeing Washington State. With the natural falls, scenic forests, climbable mountains, beautiful well lit cities, and the widespread accepting culture present there allows for all walks of life to network and live peacefully. But if you can't move there, then you can settle for a nice visit to this beautiful state. I've had the fortune of being able to visit some other states, and in comparison, they were way more entertaining and enjoyable than the podunk town that I'm from. I can honestly say that I didn't want to leave the first time I visited Washington, and am strongly considering moving my family there. Don't get me wrong, rural areas have their place, and some people prefer rural to urban. It especially caters to those people who like local fairs, hiking, fishing, and other outdoor activities. It's also a good place to raise kids. It's truly a lower, slower way of living. If you live in an urban area and want to take a break from the fast paced living, a visit here can be your cure. With Washington having a diverse geography, you can find rural areas there as well as different ones to suit the setting you're looking for. There are mountain town areas. Seattle, Tacoma, and Spokane are beautiful, bustling cities with life teeming through its streets. The coastal areas are scenic and beautiful. There are also temperate rainforests with plentiful vegetation and wildlife for your inner adventurer. The forests there are lush and vibrant, scenic lakes where you can avoid the congestion of a local beach in a rural area. With all the attractions, no one will be bored. For example, Pike Place Market was one of my favorite places to visit. All sorts of people go there to check out local purveyors. The bay is right next to it, so you have access to fresh seafood. There's a plethora of oddity shops and people busking, which makes for a fun experience, especially for first timers.